Welcome to day 3 of the 14-day Buddhist plan for the COVID-19 pandemic. I'm Alan Pito. So we talked about in our first 2 days, right view and right thought. So we have a good understanding like who's kind of manipulating us, controlling us, which is Mara. And there's these 3 fires that we're constantly putting fuel on, which Mara loves, and which is really being exacerbated by this whole current pandemic of uncertainty, fear, suffering, right? So we have control over how we respond and we think about all this stuff. So Mara doesn't have that control over us. So right action is a big part of this as well. Now, if you think about it, if you do have like an actual literal fire and you're pouring, fuel over it, it's going to grow bigger, right? So right action is going to be a big part of the Noble Eightfold path. When you're talking to friends, family, loved ones, coworkers, you're out in the world or you're at home, whatever the case might be, your actions have consequences, right? I'm sure you've heard that saying. So karma, our actions, as we learned, from the 5 remembrances, that's our only true possessions. Everything else is temporary, it's impermanent. I'm just a grouping of 5 different things that make me me, but then, that will eventually go away. Just like if there's no air here, I'm done, right? I need air to breathe. So we're all temporary, we're all conditioned, we're all impermanent, including stuff like COVID-19 and stuff like that. So we have to understand our actions are what actually stay with us and go onward. So right action, we want to make sure that we do wholesome conduct. I'll go back to we're out getting supplies at the store. Are you being mindful when you're out there? How are you responding to people? That includes your speech, your actions. Are you grabbing toilet paper from somebody, right, that could have needed it? Are you saying hurtful things? Are you saying nothing? You just got a bad look on your face, right? All of this has interactions and consequences with people around you. Everyone has basically, these seeds inside them, different seeds of karma, if you will. It could be wholesome or unwholesome, right? It takes water to make them grow. So maybe you say some unkind thing or unskillful is probably a better word, unskillful thing to somebody like that grocery store clerk, right? You probably just water those unwholesome seeds inside them. So now they're going to respond. And we're not sure like where this actually ends. So it could be really, really bad, or maybe it impacts their family or just themselves. I mean, who knows? But we don't have to act that way. Right action is basically wholesome conduct. And it reverberates throughout the whole Noble Eightfold path, right? If your speech is unskillful, right? That was part of your actions as well too. You didn't have to do that. So we want to make sure that we're only watering seeds in others that are wholesome, including ourselves. So even if we're like, well, who cares? I'm just, I'm going to say whatever I want to. I'm going to get that, last roll of toilet paper, right? We're also watering unwholesome seeds inside us, especially when we have right view of what the truth really is, what the world's really made up of. And we had also our thoughts should be in accord with the Dharma. So if we're not in accord with that, we're watering these unwholesome seeds, and that's just going to create unwholesome karma as well. So during your practice this day and throughout the rest of the days, see how you actually act. How are your actions, your karma? Because remember, you're keeping that as part of 5 remembrances, right? That's what's yours. You're making that currency. Do you want good currency or bad currency, right? You obviously want good currencies, and you want to reduce these 3 fires that are just like engulfing you, right? Or poison, whichever one you want to use. Mara wants you to do wrong action. Mara wants you to do unwholesome conduct, unskillful actions. Mara wants that. Why would you want somebody to have control over you like that, or your own mind to control you like that? Doesn't have to be. We see the Buddha who did it perfectly. His followers also did it. So is it achievable? Absolutely. Do you have to be this perfect being who's like, yeah, I'm always going to do right action? No. I mean, we're all going to, slip up here or there. Mara has been with us for a very, very long time. But it's that practice. And as we continue in our practice, right action, that wholesome conduct, the skillful actions, it gets better and better and better. So don't worry about, well, I got to be perfect. It's the path that we're on. And we got the Buddha up there with his light showing us the path, and we can definitely do it. So when it comes to COVID-19, we're going to be stressed in lots of different ways. A lot of things are not our normal world, our normal environment, our normal conditions, the normal way we expect things to be done. and lots of things are probably happening to us as well. So how you respond, how your actions are, that's going to play a big part, because remember, I'm repeating myself again, your actions are your own possessions. So all this other stuff can be happening to you, but how you respond, your actions, that makes a big difference. Thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow.